Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Thanks for joining me. So today I'm going to do the get to know me tag. There's 25 questions and this is one that I found that I thought was pretty good and kind of covered most of what you might want to know about me. The reason I'm doing this video is because I had a lot of requests for it over the summer, and since I've moved and everything and I'm kind of starting new life stuff, I thought this would be a good time to do a get to know me or about me type of a video. So if you have more questions for me when I'm done with the video, please leave them below. I will be happy to answer them either in the comments, or if there's a lot of questions, then I will do a second video to address all of those questions. So anyway, I will go ahead and link the questions below so that if you, or not link the questions, link the site where the questions are below. So if you want to do the tag, you certainly are welcome to. Consider yourself tagged. So let's go ahead and just get into it. The first question is, what is your middle name? My middle name is actually Emily. You might think that it's Joe because of my YouTube name. Basically, it's a long story, but my husband is Korean and his last name is pronounced Joe. I never officially changed my last name, but that's where I get the Joe from, if you were wondering. The next question is, what is your favorite color? My favorite color is definitely blue, any shade of blue. I love, robin's egg blue, cobalt blue, royal blue. I just love any shade of blue. So that is my favorite color. Number 3, who was your first best friend? My first best friend's name was Teresa. We met in first grade and we were inseparable in elementary school. We did everything together. We did ballet together. We went to and from school together. We lived like a block away. Like I'd go play at her house. She'd come and play at my house, and we had just so much fun together until she moved away to Olympia, and we didn't see each other as much, but we still kept in touch all these years, actually. Now that we're 33, we're both 33, and we are still friends. So I think that's pretty cool, and she is an awesome person to know. Next question is, how tall are you? I am 5'8". The next question is, cats or dogs? I love all animals, but I'm more of a dog person. I have 2 dogs. One is a Westie. He's almost 9 years old. He's super cute and super sweet and loving and friendly and sociable. He just loves every dog, every person that he meets. One thing about him, though, is he's very stubborn and he just loves attention. So if you're giving attention to someone else and he's not getting attention, then, he will let you know that he needs some attention as well. So he's pretty funny. And then our other dog, her name is Bella, and she is a Korean Jindo mix. We don't really know what she's mixed with. She was actually a rescue that we got in Korea. She has some kind of issues. She's got some PTSD and stuff. She is really sweet to us, and she and Oliver are best friends, but Oliver is her only friend because she can't really get along with other dogs. So yeah, we have 2 dogs and we're definitely dog people. Number 6, the funniest moment throughout school. The one that I can come up with, like, first off, like right off the bat, is when I was in high school. I was in drama, and I was kind of like a romantic lead in, this was my first play at this high school. And the guy and I had never practiced the kiss. So can you see where this is going? So we had never practiced this kiss off stage in rehearsals or anything. Neither of us, I don't think, had ever kissed anyone before. And so on opening night, we had to obviously kiss because we had just gotten engaged in the scene. I think that's what it was. And so we're like, da-da-da-da, line, line, line. And then when we were supposed to kiss, we just were kind of like awkwardly looking at each other, and then it was so awkward and so funny. You could feel like the tension and the awkwardness from the audience. After that, like when I played, romantic parts, we always practiced the kissing, well in advance of the actual, opening night. So yeah, that was a pretty funny story from school. Next question is, how many countries have you visited? I have visited quite a few. When I was 15 or 16, I went on a mission trip to Dominican Republic. When I was in college, my junior year, I went to London and studied there for a semester. So I went to England, and then I also visited Scotland, Germany, Switzerland. Where else did I go? France. I went to France like 3 times. I think that's it for Europe. And then Was that it for Europe? I think I tried to go to Belgium once, but I ended up in France because I can't read maps. Does that happen to anybody else? I mean, thank goodness for GPS nowadays, but back then we didn't have GPS, and yeah, I looked at the map wrong and I ended up in France thinking I was going to Belgium. Anyway, moving on. When I think I was 25 when I went to Korea, so I moved there. I lived in Korea for about 4 years altogether, and I traveled to Thailand and Guam, but Guam is a U.S. territory, so I won't count that, and the Philippines and Japan. Is that it? I feel like I've been to some other countries. Well, I've been to Canada, and I think that's it. So 11 countries. And number 8, are you in or have you gone to college? Yes and yes. So I actually got my first bachelor's degree in mass communications, like film journalism, screenwriting, production. I kind of did like a hodgepodge of stuff. It was an interdisciplinary major, and that was down in Southern California. I graduated in 2005. And then I worked in sales for a few years, moved to Korea to teach English, and then I came back and I actually started a second bachelor's degree at Utah State University. It was an online program, and I finished that in 2013, and then I went back to school at California State University, Northridge, to get my speech therapy assistant license. That was 1 semester, and now I'm in school again at California State University, Northridge, as a graduate student in speech language pathology or communication disorders. I'm actually working now as a waivered speech language pathologist in California in a school district. That's why I moved out here, so that I would be able to get that really well-rounded experience and, you know, get paid while I'm doing my internship hours instead of basically volunteering, which is what I had to do in Maryland. So yeah, that kind of sums up what I'm doing out here in California. Next question is, what was your favorite and worst subject in high school? My favorite subject would have been drama. I was very into drama. From the time that I moved to California when I was 15, I had grown up in Washington, and then when I was 15 we moved to Northern California, and I got very involved in drama there, so that was my favorite subject. Academically, my favorite subject was AP US History. For least favorite subject, I actually have a couple. One was chemistry. I just felt that it was really boring. I've never been a big science person, but I think I hated Algebra 2 more than chemistry. And part of that was because, you know, I moved in the middle of the year from Washington to California, and they have totally, or at least at the time, they had different curriculum. So I didn't have the kind of basis for Algebra 2 that I would have had if I had been in California for all of my high school years. So it was really hard because of that move. So I ended up hating math, which I hadn't hated it as much previously. I didn't like math, but I didn't hate it, and I learned to hate it in California. So yeah, that was my least favorite subject. Next question is favorite drink. I have to say iced mocha from Starbucks. I love that drink. I drink it almost every day. I really need to stop. But yeah, that's a really bad habit. But that is my favorite drink, is an iced mocha from Starbucks. Next question is, what is your favorite animal? Well, my favorite animal is dog. I get, you know, they're so loyal and fun, and you can play with them, and you can take them on a hike, and you can just really have fun with them, and they're just so loyal and loving and happy, and I just love dogs. But if I could meet any animal, like the wild animal, I think I would want to meet a dolphin, because they're so smart and they're also really playful, and I think it would just be really cool to hang out with a dolphin. I also love the water, so, you know, that'd be perfect. What is your favorite perfume? Well, at the moment, my favorite perfume would be a combination of the tangerine and like vanilla scents from Pacifica. I can't remember, Blood Orange and Island Vanilla, I think, are what they're called. Those are my favorites right now. I do have some favorites from, you know, long time ago that are not cruelty-free, so I don't really want to mention those, but I wish I could find dupes for them. It's just hard to find perfume that is cruelty-free that you can actually smell in a store, because I don't like ordering things online that I can't smell. Next question to your coffee. Coffee. Next question, what would you or have you named your children? I don't have any kids. That's something that my husband and I would figure out if and when we do have kids. I don't know if we're going to have kids, but if we did, we would figure that out when they were, when I was pregnant or when they were born or something like that. It's just not really something I thought about. Number 15, what sports do you play or have you played? Well, in elementary school, I did volleyball. I did swim team in a little bit in high school and college. I was very into dance most of my life, so I love dancing. I did surf club in high school. I continued to surf when I lived near places where you could surf for quite a while. And then 2 years ago, I broke my foot surfing, and I haven't been since. I'm kind of scared to surf again, but I also want to surf again, so I don't know. Anyways, that's something that I used to do, I guess. Hopefully we'll do again in the future. What is your favorite book? I love the Harry Potter series. I'm very juvenile that way. I like, younger books. So I love Harry Potter, anything by John Grisham, and I really like Francine Rivers' Mark of the Lion series. It takes place in Roman times and stuff. Anyway, they're really, really fun books. Next question is, who are some of your favorite YouTubers? I would have to say some of my favorite YouTubers are the ones that I first started watching, and the number one on my list, I guess, is Coffee Break with Danny. She's just so bubbly and fun to watch. And then Liv Loves Her Makeup is another favorite of mine. I've been watching her since a little bit after I started watching Coffee Break with Danny. And she's also just a very positive personality, very bubbly. She doesn't even edit her videos, but they're still entertaining. She barely ever says, I don't know how that's possible. I was trying to just not edit my videos when I first started YouTube 6 months ago, but I can't do that because I say too much and I have too many pauses, and my videos would be forever long and boring, if I didn't edit them. So I have to edit mine. Next question is, what is your favorite movie? I love classic Disney movies. I love Cinderella and Beauty and the Beast, and I love the new live action Cinderella that they made a couple years ago. That one was really good. I love Tangled, Frozen. I'm talking about all these Disney movies. There is a non-Disney movie that I really love, and that is The Count of Monte Cristo. That came out, I think, my freshman year of college back in fall of 2001. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It is an amazing movie. Oh, I have one more movie that's a comedy that came out a couple years ago, and I feel like it wasn't in theaters very long. I don't know why. And then it came out on, on iTunes and stuff fairly quickly, and that was the movie Spy with what's her name? Oh, I can't remember her name. I'll have to put it in, in a caption below, but it's so funny. It's the funniest movie I have ever seen. I highly recommend it if you haven't seen it. There is a lot of language, so if that's something that bothers you, then you might not want to watch it, but oh my gosh, it's so funny. It's definitely an adult movie, but it's a pretty funny movie. That, again, is Spy. And then the next question, are you single or taken? I'm taken. I'm happily married. We got married in San Diego in November of 2010. What's your idea of an ideal first date? That's the next question. I don't have first dates anymore because I'm married now, so just I would want something a little more than just a dinner and a movie. I love dinner and a movie dates, but if you live near the beach, there would have to be the beach involved. Maybe dancing at the beach involved. I love to dance and I love the beach. So involve something like that, and I would really enjoy that first date. How many girlfriends, boyfriends have you had? I have had, I want to say, not that many. I had a boyfriend in high school, and then I dated a guy in college for a few months. I went on dates in college, but I didn't really have a lot of boyfriends because I was with the high school boyfriend for my first year and a half or so of college. Then I had another boyfriend in college, and then I had another boyfriend in college at the end of college that moved, that lasted a little bit longer. And then my husband. So 4, including my husband. Favorite memory from childhood would have to be going to Disneyland. When I was growing up, we lived in Washington State, and we would go to Southern California usually every other year, because my parents are both from Southern California, and so all of our extended family was down there. And so we would visit our extended family in Ventura. Usually this is how it went. We would go to Ventura and we'd spend some time there, and then we'd get up really early in the morning and drive down to Disneyland and stay, from opening until closing, and that was just so much fun. And my dad was always so much fun to go on the roller coasters and stuff with. So yeah, definitely my favorite childhood memories are going to Disneyland. Next question is, do you speak any different languages, and how well? Not really. I know bits and pieces of Korean and Spanish and French. I guess that's it. But I'm not fluent in any of them. Next question is, do you have any siblings? Yes, I have an older brother. He is in the Air Force as a JAG lawyer, and then my sister is younger and she works for Apple. And then next question is, how would you describe your fashion sense? I'm not a very fashionable person, I don't think, and I wouldn't say that's because I don't know how to be fashionable. I just like what I like. I like really comfortable stuff. I would rather wear, jeans and a t-shirt or jeans and a sweatshirt than being super fashionable. Number 26 is, what is your favorite restaurant? Does Starbucks count as a restaurant? Because that would be probably my favorite restaurant. But that's a coffee place. So I would say for takeout fast food type place, I would say Panera Bread. I love their sandwiches. Their turkey, bacon, avocado thing it's so good. I miss Panera. There's no Panera where I live now. So my favorite restaurant, sit down restaurant, is California Pizza Kitchen. I love their salads. What are some of your favorite TV shows? I have been watching reruns of Once Upon a Time on Netflix. I love that show. It's a really stupid show, but it's also really intriguing, and it keeps you coming back for more. I love that show. It's about all of the Disney characters in real life. They were cursed to this little town called Storybrooke, and then they have to fight off all of these evil things that keep happening. Anyways, you'll have to watch it if you're not familiar with that show, but I love Once Upon a Time. I also love Friends. There aren't really a lot of shows that I watch that are current today. I watch kind of old shows on Netflix. I don't have regular TV or anything, so yeah, I like Friends, and I like Once Upon a Time. I like Law and Order, things like that. Next question is, PC or Mac? I would definitely say Mac. I have been raised on a Mac. Our first computer when I was a kid, I think I was 9 years old, we got an iMac, one of those big ones with the kind of emerald green on the sides. And I hated it back then because, there just wasn't a lot of software available for Mac. And in school you used PCs, and most of my friends had PCs, and I was just I don't like Mac. But then as I grew up and went to college and, did film and stuff, Mac definitely became my preferred type of computer. And then number 29, what phone do you have? I have an iPhone 6, and that is what I use to record my videos. And then last question is, tell us your bad habits. I have a lot of bad habits, guys. I would say my worst bad habit is procrastination. I should be studying right now, and I'm not. I'm here talking to you guys because I much more enjoy filming YouTube videos than, studying anatomy and physiology of the swallow. But yeah, that would be my worst. But at the same time, procrastination, I think I work better under pressure. So if I only have 5 hours to get a paper done, I will do it much more efficiently than I would if I started early 2 weeks in advance. So maybe it's not a bad habit, but it is a bad habit. So yeah, that's my probably worst bad habit. So those are all of the questions. Please let me know if you have any more. Let me know, answer one of these questions for me. I would love to read what you guys have to say about these questions. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.